Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Joey T and Mel podcast. I am officially Joey T.
I am first class Mel. What's up, guys? I missed you. It's been like a week.
Have you? I can't tell because we made them wait for a whole week before getting another episode. I'm just saying. But before we get into anything, guys, could you please like, comment, and subscribe? That'll be fantabulous. And let us know what you think and give us direction. We are open to feedback.
No, hell no. We're not open to feedback. We are open to support. We are open to positive ideas.
Yeah.
You got, like your mama said, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Not only you might get something crazy from one of us, but you don't even know the people who subscribe to us. I don't. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
And I want to say, like RuPaul says, if they ain't paying your bills, pay them bitchs, no mind.
Ooh. Okay, Ru. I see you.
Okay, Ru. So what's up, sis? How are you? What's going on,
man? I'm feeling great, man. This week has been a productive week. I mean, you probably already know I talk to you almost every day, but it's been such a great week. I feel like there's so many things that are just coming into play. Like everything's falling into place, right?
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm impatient, but I'm excited, and I'm still ready to enjoy the journey.
I kind of feel the same thing with sentiment. I feel the same sentiment. Like everyone around me is leveling up. I'm leveling up. And you know what? I've realized though, like a lot of people around me outside of you and a couple others, but a lot of people I'm noticing are focusing so much on the financial level up, which is so important. But I think that they forget to do the other work. Sometimes your next financial level, I think I've learned in the last 2 weeks, especially, that it's your lack of emotional, mental, spiritual healing is stopping you from getting that bag. I'm just saying.
Can you say that again? I don't think that hit right. Like, gotta repeat that for the people in the bag.
Say for the people in the bag. No,
we're gonna get a soundboard soon, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are. We need one, and I need one from with Nicki Minaj. To freedom. No, but seriously, it's sometimes your lack of emotional or your commitment to emotional, spiritual, and mental healing will prevent you from getting to the next level financially, from securing your bag. And it's all energy, right?
Oh, that's a word. What's all energy? What you talking about, Joey? You talking that stuff. You started to talk that stuff. Some people don't like to talk that stuff.
What? Yeah, your relationship with money. Money is just energy. Okay, for example, let's simplify it. On payday, you feel good, right? You feel driven. You feel full of energy, right? On maybe over the weekend when you don't paid your bills, partied, and your fucking bank, excuse my French, oops, I have to bleep that out. Your bank, I told y'all, wait, stop there. We talked about this, y'all. So we're learning to do this YouTube thing for you guys. And Mel did some research and figured out what words we can and cannot say. And I said, I'm gonna be the first one.
I cuss. I cuss bad all the time. I had to know. I need to know.
I was the first one. No, but on the first day you get paid, or on payday versus after the weekend, after you spent your money, you feel depleted. You feel like, dang, I need more. And so that's an example, like a primary example of how money is energy. It really is. And it's and the value behind it, yeah, sure, is a currency, but it is also emotional, mental currency as well too. I think money.
You ain't lying, bro. I mean, I think we were conditioned, and we have to let go of some of the things that are like subconsciously conditioned in our minds about money. Yeah. As much as we think, like, even this, I see this all the time. Rise and grind. Like, I'm about to go grind for this. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna get mine. Like, why is it a battle? Why are you fighting to get money? Why is this a hard thing? Money should flow to you easily and all the time. And every time you spend it, it should be replenished. What are you talking about? I ain't grinding for nothing, right? Like, I'm going to do the work. I'm not saying I'm not going to sit back and think money's going to come to me, but I think changing my mind on that, like you said, the mind has to change first. I thought I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
I literally thought of the same thing just now. I had to stop myself from jumping in. Go ahead.
No, but it's like, even when we manifest, we're like, oh God, I'm manifesting like $100,000. And it's like, you're thinking about money because you want money and because you need money, right? And when you want and you need something, it's desperation, right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
thinking of the lack that I don't have it because I need it and I want it because I don't have it. It's there.
It
So
is.
when you manifest, instead of thinking about getting something that you don't have, you already have it. How do I align myself to get so where it's just falling in my lap? That's what it is. It's already going.
Let me
Somebody spent
say,
$50,000 on a Birkin bag and somebody's making $50,000 a year right
mm-hmm,
now. It's
mm-hmm,
there. What are you
mm-hmm,
going to choose?
mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
No, no, no. This is a word. This is a word. Okay, okay. Those toxic traits, those emotional reactiveness moments, all of these negative habits scare the money away. It scares the money away. Okay. And the reason I said that's because you just said the money should flow to you. And let's be very clear. You know what I'm not by all means, by no means am I saying that money should hold all this value. But if your goal is to level up, to step your game up financially, and you've been trying, grinding, maybe sometimes you have to take a stop. You have to press a full stop and look at your relationship with money, look at your relationship with self, look at the things that are stopping you from getting to the next level, in order for that money to flow to you. And I had to learn that lesson. Actually, I think I keep learning that lesson as I heal, as I grow, as I stop being all these things that or showing up in life in ways. I don't know what just happened. Am I back?
Join us today? Who want to join us on today? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna have to edit that out. That was my alarm. Actually, the alarm wasn't. I'm gonna actually leave that in.
Ring the alarm.
The alarm was an affirmation alarm, something that I do. So I put an alarm at 11, at 3 o'clock, and at 7.
That was supposed to happen. There you go.
Literally at 3 o'clock PST, the alarm that showed up, it says to be disciplined, to be disciplined, consistent, and driven. To remind me to recourse. Anywho, with the whole point I'm saying, guys, is you got to really work on yourself. You cannot blame anything that's outside of you for why you haven't gotten to your bag. Right? You can't. You gotta, if things keep happening, reassess. It's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to move forward. Are you doing enough? Are you teaching yourself enough? Are you reading books? Are you watching TED Talks? Or are you just consuming TikTok and Instagram all day? And don't get me wrong, I'm sure me and Mel, Mel, how much social media and growth content, like if you had to do like a scale of what you watch more?
I would say it would be 60 growth and 40 social media. And
then
a larger part of my social media is sports, like the Bleacher Report Team Stream app. I love. If I'm on my phone and I'm usually not on like Twitter or something, it's usually something like sports related.
I see. Me too. And that goes to show that like the more dominant of my time spent is in growth and healing, right?
I never even thought about that. And it shifted. Damn it, Joseph. Look at what you just did, man. Look what I just did. The moment it shifted, remember I had that conversation with you. I'm like, yo, I'm deactivating Facebook. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm going to read this amount of books in 21 days and this and that. And I never went back. I never went back to consuming the way that I consume. I'm still on my phone because, man, them phones got us. I'm sorry. I'm
a slave to my phone.
But what I'm doing on my phone is not the same. And it has led to me thinking and doing things differently. So there you go. Change your mind. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to what you said, something about the energy, right? Money is energy. I don't care if you are religious, if you're spiritual, if you're atheist, I don't care. We all live in a capitalistic society. You're going to need some money if you're trying to live around here, right?
Yeah.
You can spiritualize it all you want to. Oh, God said I can have all the money in the world. Okay, you can, whatever it is. However you want to do it, you're going to need some money. And what you're doing already is you understand that money's energy, but you're not acknowledging it, right? You wake up every day, you spend at least 40 hours a week spending your energy, your time you can't get back with your kids, the things that, you know what I mean? Things that you would rather do, you commit that 40 hours every single week to trade energy for some money, right? And then it's not even like you're not even getting paid what you're worth, because a lot of us are not valued at our right dollar amount when it comes to work, right?
No, we're not.
So you're trading in energy and you being so short. And I'm not telling you to quit your job and become an entrepreneur. I'm telling you to change your relationship with money and understand that your energy is way more valuable than that. So whether it's finding a better job, right, or finding the right kind of feel, so where you're not, it doesn't feel like you're working because you're operating within your passion. Whatever it is, that's going to change how you look at money, and it's going to change the amount of energy you spend, which just changes the whole situation, bro.
I agree. Invest in your own development, right? That's what I hear you saying. Nobody is going to save you. Nobody. You have to save yourself. So the reality is, you can't control the things that, to some extent, you can't control things that happen to you, but you can control the perspective you put it in. You can control the outlook you have after it happens. You can control what it means to you. Is it gonna mean something that's gonna keep you hurt and down and broken, or is it gonna mean something where it pushes you to grow? And you just got to have an honest, again, to anyone who's listening to this, an honest, vulnerable conversation with yourself. Start off by journaling if there's nobody you really want to talk to, and really ask yourself, where in my life am I not showing up for myself? Where, am I doing the things that bring me to life? Am I seeing myself through other people's eyes? You have to have a real honest, vulnerable conversation with yourself, because those things will follow you until you decide I don't want them to follow me anymore. Right. And believe it or not, like, it's confidence, right? There's something that Mel and I talk about all the time. Like, as I heal, as she heals, the one thing I keep hearing for both of us is that it makes us so much more confident because we put into work and proved it to ourselves that we matter to ourselves first. So now when we go into the world, someone else's opinion and perspective I don't need to be validated. I know what I bring to the table in a real, not in a, we all know a friend who's like this. I know exactly what I bring to the table. We know that that person doesn't know what they bring to the table, because you wouldn't be spending so much time preaching it. The conversation, what is that meme that talks about like ideas, like you surround yourself around people who bring ideas, not people who bring problems, something along the lines of
right, something like that,
right? I think that's why we have always been 20 plus years of friendship, of best friendship, because we're never stuck in a place for too long without realizing, damn, we're keeping ourselves back.
Yeah, I think like you said, the first steps would be to just really be vulnerable and try to gain awareness. Like, you're not going to change it overnight, but if you're not going to change it. So the first steps, and I don't even think you should do it with anybody. I think you should do it by yourself. Don't even do it with a spouse, because you need to be the most vulnerable you ever been. When you try to fix something and do shadow work and really heal and learn those life lessons, we like to lean on our best friends and our spouses, but it's certain things that Joy can give me guidance on, but I got to do the work. I got to get naked by myself and see it for what it is. And I'm not going to want to expose that right in front of him. I'm not going to want to expose that in front of my girlfriend. I'm not going to want to expose that in front of my parents. Some things you just don't want people, you haven't even realized it yet, right? It's hard for you to swallow. So for you to be able to change it, you need to be ultra honest with yourself, because you got your own best interest in mind, right?
Period. You know what? You said people, your partner, whoever, girlfriend, boyfriend, they, them, whatever,
husband, wife, boo, baby daddy.
Yep. They are not responsible for doing things to make you happy. You're responsible to be happy with yourself. Your partner's responsible for him or her to be happy with herself. And then y'all's responsibility is to share that happiness with each other. All right. And then, yes, I know that's a little tug of war in the heart, because we're all programmed to want, we need to cook for me. You need to buy me things in order for me to be. Those things are all very real, in the sense of temporary highs. But how much more different would you show up if on the inside you were doing that for yourself? Would you then be able to show up in your relationships just focused on sharing your happiness versus putting this expectation on your partner to do all these things for you to be happy. No, do it for yourself so that you can focus on enjoying the relationship. I think sometimes we spend so much time trying to course control a relationship. Well, I'm getting goosebumps. Course control a relationship that it ends up making you feel like I'm not good enough, because how exhausting is it to tell someone every day for the rest of your life, you need to do this thing for me to be happy? That's exhausting.
No,
I'm
you
in a
said it
situation.
there.
Yeah.
You said it, bro. That's
Yeah.
like expecting somebody to make you happy and trying to make somebody happy. You're going to drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
I literally, this is a lesson. Like 2021 was the culmination of like me just waking up to that cycle that I've had. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what's the commonality in all of my relationships? And you can blame everybody you dated, but guess what? All of them dated you.
Yeah.
Right. So they didn't date each other. They didn't come together and make a plan to ruin your life. You know what I'm saying? You individually decided to date all of these people. So what is it in those people that resonated with you, or resonated with the darkest parts of you, or the unhealed parts of you, or where you be an energy vampire and taken from them? Because sometimes we're the toxic one. Sometimes you're the toxic one, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not always the other person. And really, really sitting back and thinking about that, like, you can't charge someone with the expectation to make you happy. You don't even know how to make yourself happy.
You don't. And I can talk about this topic all day. For real. To my credibility, y'all, I've been in a relationship for 7 years, and it has been plenty. I mean, we're about to hit 8 in June. This is the longest thing I've ever committed to in my entire life, ever.
I'm so happy.
And I share that to say that, like, the reason why the trick in this relationship, no matter how I spend it, no matter if we go through a couple months of like being uncertain, the trick is, where is he and where am I not showing up for myself? And then owning that. So like, if I'm going through something, I don't make my partner the issue. I don't tell him he's the problem. I can tell him how interacting with him is affecting me, but ultimately I know that when I talk to him about what I'm going through, that is my responsibility to figure out how to put something in a healthy perspective, and ask him for support. You got to get vulnerable enough to be like, hey, I'm struggling with this thing, and I know you may not know how to help me, but I'm gonna need some support, X, Y, and Z. I think I read something online, is like, I think someone said something like, we got to learn how to fight with our partners as much as we have to learn how to love. And the way that I took that, to me, is like, when you're having a disagreement with your partner, you got to learn how to silence that ego and how to really communicate in a healthy way about disagreements. And once you can learn essentially how to fight, that's learning how to fight. When you learn how to fight, you then remove that fear. We all go through it of like, oh, I don't want this person to leave me because I've shown them my ugly side. I didn't have to show you ugly side. We learned how to fight. I learned how to show up and how to put the value in making it right versus wanting to be right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, anywho. So what did you do today? Because I feel like we got real deep real quick. What'd you end up doing today?
Well, today was podcast day, so I kind of cleared out a lot of my day.
Yeah, me too.
I did some stuff with the kids earlier. I try to keep that work-life balance. You only have time with your kids while they're kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
They only kids for so long, rather. You have
until they grow up and tell you that wasn't enough. No, I'm kidding.
Right. So like, spend some time, especially knowing I was gonna have to step away for a couple hours to do this. But yeah, that's it. Really, just finding a balance. Like I said, this week has been a hectic week. I've been doing mental gymnastics. Like whenever you're leveling up in life, and it's not even a flex at all. But I've been doing the work, and I'm starting to see the fruits of the work. And whenever that happens, like I feel confident about it. Like I know good things are happening. I see them happening. But I have to constantly check myself. Like, like you got it. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You keep doing it. Like, I have to keep, reminding myself of that. Because honestly, it's really been humbling with a lot of things. I have to step back, and as much as we like to complain about our lives and be depressed, I had to really, really sit back, and I connected all the dots one day, and I'm like, well, dang. Yeah, I have been blessed, man. I have been guided all the way to where I am right now. And even the trauma that I thought I had were like, oh, my parents did this and you should have did that. me thinking about it now, like you said, that reflection piece and what was the lesson in it? Once I got the lesson, I'm like, yo, thank you. I needed you.
Yeah.
I needed that. Like I really needed that. It was the right ingredients, the sugar, the spice, everything nice, and the little chemical X up in there, right? To get me to where I needed to be at. And I feel like I finally in my 30s, I'm at that place. And it's funny. It's funny that once I decided to get to this place and put that work in, that look, it unlocked all the other stuff.
It's so true. It's so true. You know, I wanted to point out while you were talking, people love you. I mean, the outpouring of love that we got once this thing was put out into the internet ether world, that's an extension of all the good that we're doing in our own personal lives that people have noticed and that we've done for them. And so, yeah, man, one time for Mel, y'all. One time
for you too. Like, it's the reason why we're friends, bro. And this experience, like, yo, we just looking at, I think me and you had that same thing that happened this week where we've officially launched everything, premiered the logo, the first trailer, the YouTube channel. And you are a social media presence. Y'all need to follow Joey on TikTok. What's your TikTok, Joey? Let them know where to find you on TikTok. That man's booming content all the time.
The Egyptian queen. No, I'm kidding. It's officially Joey T are all my socials. I did that so that it's easy for everybody to find me.
Officially Joey T. But no, like, you pump out content. You're the social media guy. We even joke about it. Like, I'm an old person when it comes to social media. I'm an observer and a learner on social media. So I realize there's good content, there's funny content, and I just go for what I want and leave. It's kind of like how I shop. I just go in, get what I need. I'm not walking around. I'm not here to see what y'all doing with y'all life. Your kids are cute. Thank you. I like to see them grow up, but I don't really care to express my thoughts or anything like that. And so you saying somebody who's like that to do a podcast, I really had to go in and say, like I even said on the first episode, I think that I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, even every time we came to this conclusion that, okay, yeah, we need to do something, it's like, my comfort zone was keeping me like, you're gonna have to talk to people, you're gonna have to post videos, you're gonna have to be on camera, you're gonna have to do all of this, you don't have to do all of that. And you like really have just modeled the example of like, sis, like, okay, and you even have shown me in life, like, okay, I'll do it without your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joey is such an Aries. He ain't waiting for nobody.
Nobody. It's so bad.
He's going. He like, I do it without your ass, and he'll come back and check. Hey, I still love you. Are you coming with me?
Yeah.
I want to go with you, but I have to go whether you come or not.
That's literally
I love that about you though.
Yeah.
And like, you really got me to get out of that and try this, and like to see the response. It's everything you already said, and I like everything that everyone's already said about us, about everything. Remember when you say he was gonna get married in middle school?
I don't know where they got that from. I feel like I feel like even as kids, it just,
they knew we belonged together in the weirdest way. Like, not
yes,
not in a romantic way, but they knew, like, y'all, they did something about y'all.
It was a yin and yang, or it might be two yings and two yangs because we're gay. I'm not sure, but or I am sexually fluid. Okay. I want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I want to share that I am fluid either way. And I also feel I would be remiss if I did not say, I'm also in an open relationship. And I share that to say, because I have had recently in the last 2 weeks, interactions with people who later see my partner on my social media and they're like, oh my God, I thought you were single. What? And I have to explain to them, like, I'm in an open relationship. And so I'm just saying this once, if I'm flirting back with you, you don't got receipts to go tell who I'm dating. He's going to be like, okay, cool. Good for you guys. In fact, he might ask me to block y'all because you're being annoying as hell. So yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. He just said almost 8-year relationship, and I'm going down by his partner. So this is the happiest, healthiest I've ever seen my best friend. Y'all can thought and bop, do whatever y'all will do on the side, but just know you try to, it ain't happening. I'm not seeing it happen. Yeah. And then for me, I'm big old lesbo. Lesbian. That's where I was sexually identified. Do not I don't want to change my mind. I don't want to try it. I don't want all the things that people say. Nope, and hell no.
Yeah.
Love women, beautiful queens, goddess.
Yeah.
Period. And I think I'm going through this journey where you educated me. I went to visit you in 2019 before the pandemic hit.
Yes,
right? I was
right
out there when
before,
Kobe died. I was in
right
San Francisco when
before the
Kobe died.
pandemic. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right. And we were having a conversation because if you ever been to San Francisco, I'm gay and it was gay for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is even for someone. I'm like, oh, okay. And I've been to gay clubs. I'm from Miami. I've been to South Beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went to college in Atlanta for a couple years. Like I've been around, you know, but that was even gay for me. And I was like, oh, these are the liberals over here, right? But I was like, Joey, like I really have not seen so many trans people. I think
Yeah.
lesbians, we got the easiest pass. I've been wearing men's clothes for forever. No one blinks an eye. No one
Yeah.
cares. It's like
It's
socially
true.
acceptable. I'm everybody's homie. You have a gay guy that's kind of gender fluid. That is becoming a little bit more acceptable. I remember in high school, it was that guy who used to have like that Louis Vuitton purse and like he just didn't
And the
care.
truth is, they were ahead of the
He
game,
was ahead of the game because he still was risking it, right?
risking it.
Definitely risking it. And then now, you see it, and I do want to say it's not an agenda. It's just that, damn it, it's gay people, and if it's gay people, you're gonna see them. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been gay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Hello, read a book.
Not the
Anyway,
ointment.
read a damn book. Yeah, not the ointment. Dumbest. People being gay, but now like you see so many trans people, right?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I had the audacity to not really understand somebody that was going through very similar struggles than me. So we're sitting at a taco shop and I'm like, Joey, oh, we were talking about sanitary napkins, right? For that time of the month. And it was about what do you guys,
I'm
he looked like
listening.
Finding Nemo. It was about they wanted to take the female symbol off of it and take the wording from female to just people or whatever it was. And I'm like, Joey, it's for females. Like you only have a period if you got a what's the good what's the better word? If you have
Pangina.
yeah, we got female parts, man. So, and I'm saying like Joey, I'm standing on this like Joey. I am a lesbian. I wear men's clothes, and I go and get it. And it's like, he was explaining to me, inclusivity, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I never heard it in the way that you said it. Can you talk a little bit about inclusivity? I think you have a really good perspective on it. The
Yeah.
way you explain
Okay, think about it this, right? So diversity is asking everyone of a different race, sexuality, gender identity to come to the party. Inclusivity is asking them to dance with you, right? And so, and what I mean by that is there are different ways of life in a different ways, a dozen ways, and I mean a dozen like figuratively, but there's so many different ways you can present yourself and so many different things you can identify with religion, sex, gender, even down to, I don't know, TV shows and standing a celebrity. These are all different ways that, you know, different types of people who believe in different type of things. And so inclusivity is just, especially for a brand or a restaurant in that language or in that situation, is them saying, hey, we recognize that a lot of different people identify and want to be respected in a thousand different ways. And so in order for us to welcome everybody, we're going to remove any symbolism that may make anyone feel that we're catered to one specific thing. I think the easiest thing I could think of is like a all gender or gender neutral bathroom, right? Which means you don't have to stop to think, am I a boy, am I a girl, to use the restroom. You can just go in. That's being inclusive, right? And so anywho, the idea that the female napkins that Mel was talking about with this company who removed the logo of a woman was to be inclusive, that trans men also have menstrual cycles, and that company wanted them to feel like, hey, not only are we inviting you to the party, here's the product, but we also want you to dance. So we removed the label that makes you feel like you're not welcome to dance. Hopefully that was a good metaphor.
Right, right. I feel a lot of people when they hear about this and I see like comments about stuff, I'm not a representative of this imaginary gay community that people have in their heads.
Yeah.
I never been to a meeting, never got an email or
Yeah.
anything like that. So I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak from my experiences. And some of the people that I love the most are also sharing some similar experiences that I have.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I understand that because like, you don't have to, people say, oh, I don't agree with that. Who asked you to agree, right?
Yeah.
Or like, I don't
Yep.
condone that. Like, who asked you to condone, support, agree, promote, right?
Furthermore, who are you in life to even bring yourself to an idea of I gatekeep what the human experience is like?
Oh, we could
Get
get
out of
into
here.
that. People feel empowered by politics, religion, things like that to feel like they can make those calls. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you don't have to agree.
You don't.
You don't have to support it. You don't have to promote it. Let people be. Let people
Yeah.
live their own experiences. You shouldn't have to hate. You shouldn't have to discriminate. You shouldn't have to make someone feel less than or not a part of because they don't do something exactly how you do it.
Yeah.
That's not saying that, okay, I love what you're doing. It's just saying that you doing what you're doing has nothing to do with me. Nothing.
Especially if it's rooted in love, light, and acceptance, right? So like the way that I reason, if something is rooted in acceptance, in love and equality, and all of those buzzwords that we're all using these days, then why do you feel heavy or negative about that? Why is someone choosing to be happy in a choice that seemingly doesn't hurt the world in any way? Why does it bother you? You know? And for me, if something someone's believing is, unfortunately, like those folks who are constantly discriminating against, I don't know, black and brown folks or trans folks, that is a problem. It's rooted in hate. It's rooted in anger. It's rooted in frustration. So that's where that problem is. Nowhere along the lines is anyone, all of the, like, Black Lives Matter or Black Trans Lives Matter or LGBTQ plus. None of those movements are rooted in hate, negativity. It's rooted in love us, accept us. That's really what it is. Or even
Wait, Joey, I wanted to say something. The only people that get bothered by these kind of movements and things like that are the people that it wakes up something in you.
Yeah.
Like, why is that bothering you? That's what you need to unpack and deal with. Why are these two men over here holding hands bothering you?
Yeah.
Oh, because your kids live in the same world with the same 7 billion people who I know, because they're going to see a whole bunch of gay people. I mean, maybe you don't know how to have that conversation. That's what you need to unpack.
Yeah.
That you're not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe you don't want to have a gay kid. Okay, I'm pretty sure my mom said the same damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, my mom did say the same thing.
Right, I think all of our parents, like, nobody's like, yeah, I want, hey, little Melissa, you're gonna grow up.
You could have gay friends, but you can't be gay. That's what I was told.
Nobody necessarily wants that for their kid, but you got to realize the societal standards. This shit is made up, Joey. You can't tell me what to wear. You can't tell me I can't wear these. You can't tell me I can't go to the men's section to get them same damn chino pants that you got on. I want them. Yeah. And I'm gonna wear them.
Absolutely.
And if you want to wear that damn skirt, then how can you let me walk by you with these chino pants on and you don't care, but you looking at him funny because he got on the damn skirt?
Yeah, it's true.
Why is it not a problem with me? Are you fetishizing what I do? And that's just nasty what he's doing? Like, you know what I mean? Unpack that. What is your problem?
Yeah.
Right. And especially our people, right? Latino people, Black people, our communities are the worst. I'm not saying that, other experiences. I'm not taking away from other people's experience.
No, you're speaking from what you have experienced from your actual
experience. What I have seen. We will use religion. We will use just embarrassment to the family. We will your son could be the strongest out of all your kids, the smartest out of all your kids, but if he's gay, he's an embarrassment. Like, you let me down. Forget about the fact that he's checks off all the boxes of the best kid you got, but he's gay. So like, oh man, dang, I lost. Especially men with their sons. Like, I don't understand that.
Worst, the fucking worst. Oops, again, sorry. The worst, the freaking worst. No, I mean, look, I'm not trying to preach, and I'm sure, and I'm no Mel's not trying to preach anything to anybody other than
no.
If we do not educate ourselves, we run away from these conversations. We're scared to have these conversations. But if you don't educate yourself and learn how to be more accepting and more loving of others, which is probably really connected to how the lack of love and understanding you're having for yourself, if you really want to get down to it. But ultimately, I'm just encouraging everyone to learn something new and connect with someone that you probably wouldn't have, and ask questions from an open-minded standpoint. For whatever reason, having these conversations online, seem to be not the best place to really learn sometimes, unless you're looking out for information. But in real life and day to day, if you run across a non-binary individual, a trans person, if you're a white viewer, and you have a African American friend or a Latino friend, and you want to better understand how to become an ally, I think it starts with listening, asking questions, and then listening. Don't make it about how uncomfortable you're going to be, because you're not trying to be an ally. It doesn't matter. There's going to be, especially with the race conversation, I think you've heard this. I don't know if you heard this word, white fragility, where white people are like, afraid to take ownership, right, with what their ancestors have done, and somehow, some way, in that moment, it makes them uncomfortable to have the conversation because they didn't do it. But that's your white fragility. If I'm rooted in really trying to help someone and be an ally, and I know that I personally didn't do anything, I'm going to want to hear in what ways I can support you.
Right.
So just educate yourselves. We didn't even me, I'm only versed in this as much as I am, and there's a lot of people who are way stronger in this conversation. But because I moved to San Francisco, and San Francisco has a strong trans community, has a strong multicultural acceptance kind of vibe here, and me displaying my own ignorance in random conversation, and me realizing, oh, okay, again, like, I have a knack for hearing information that's rooted in love and like an acceptance. And if someone's saying, hey, I just want to be accepted for this thing, then I'm gonna hear you out, and I'm gonna say, I accept you. That's it. Doesn't mean I support you, support any bigger movement or this and the third. It's just, at the end of the day, if we're all trying to feel, I take that back. Actually, that is a version of support. But at the end of the day, if you want to be an ally, truly, not performative ally, then educate yourself.
Right.
That's what we did. That's what we're doing still. Because there's literally 7 billion people, which means there's 7 billion different perspectives. And
Right.
how ego do you have to be like, your perspective is wrong and mine is right? Although sometimes I feel like that.
Right. You
When
helped
people are being
me.
haters.
You helped me realize something about myself, and you educated me about the whole inclusivity thing. Right. And this happens a lot with quote unquote cis lesbians and gay males.
Yeah.
Well, you'll hear a gay boy say, hey sis, or girl, stop playing. Or like I have homeboys and even homegirls who'll be like, hey bro, like they'll refer to me as in a male term. Or I've had girlfriends that refer to me not as their boyfriend, but like use other words I'm not gonna say right now, to refer to me, and it never ever bothered me. And I actually know some people who prefer to be called that, like just certain things. And I'm like, if y'all really understood what that meant, then you would realize that you were probably more non-binary, right? Because
Yeah.
sex, is what's between your legs,
Yeah.
right? So gender is how you express that, right? So if you
Yeah.
express it in a feminine way, then you are female. If you express it in a masculine way, then you're giving that masculine energy. And for someone like me, who I went through this problem, I don't know how this is for you on your side, but for me, once I did finally come out and all this other stuff, I don't think I really had to come out, because they're probably laughing. They're like, we already knew, girl. You was always a tomboy. You just never could get the girl thing right. But when I finally admitted to myself, because that's what matters, right? What was really going on, and was at the age where I could buy my own clothes and dress how I wanted to dress. I always leaned towards that. Even in high school, I was still my brother's shirts, wearing them to school. Like, I always knew that that's how I felt more comfortable.
Yeah.
But I always knew that I am a female. I never felt like I want to be a male, but I like to express myself in a masculine way.
Yeah.
And that would mean that my gender expression is more masculine. Right? Don't get me wrong, because I'll flip these dreads real cute for you one time, or I'll be talking to my girlfriend and look at me like, oh, okay, girl, like that girl coming out of you right now. It happens. And I used to be embarrassed about it, like, at the age when I was coming out, because I'm like, okay, I gotta be tough. I'm from Miami. You see like the lesbians in Miami, they're like, dreads, gold teeth, da da da.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I gotta be like that. And then I'm like, no, but I've always been me. I've had that element of both. So understanding like what non-binary means, what gender expression means, educating yourself and not judging, because we know a lot of straight men. I know straight men who have feminine gender expressions.
Yeah. Yep.
I
Me
know
too.
straight women who have masculine gender expressions, and they
Me
like
too.
men, love men.
Me
and it's
too.
like, you don't want to accept it because, you're so wrapped up in what society told you this is the right way to think and this is the wrong way to think. Well, all of it's made up.
Yeah.
So if it's all made up, I can do what I want to do, right?
It absolutely is. You're right. Gender is a spectrum, and I think bottom line to what you're saying is you can express yourself however the hell you want. You can dress yourself up. Boy isn't blue and girl isn't pink. Sorry, that's what they convinced us. Pink and blue could be for anybody in any way, and however you want to dress it up. That's a really
wait a minute
surface level of that.
Don't hit my comments talking about trans people in sports. I ain't got time for none of this. That's not my battle. That's not what we talk about. We're trying to educate you on what it is. Now, what rules and laws and all this other stuff, that's none of my business. And we'll fight that battle if it's ever for me to fight.
Yeah.
And if I feel compelled to explain it, I'll explain that. But right now I'm just trying to explain to you. And I think Joey is too, just the educational piece. So you're aware. Yeah. It's like for those of you who are people of color, it's like a white person that's white, right? If you want them to be your ally, that doesn't necessarily mean you want them to act like they're black. You don't want them, you don't have to invite them to the cookout, right? You just want them to respect you and see you as the same as them, a person, right? Not less than, they're not better than you. You are the same. Yeah. And that is what I think people really want. It's not to give me special rights to do things that you can't do. It's not that I'm saying, you need to, your kids need to be doing this and you need to be going to gay clubs and your kid, you need to let your son buy him every single Barbie doll that comes out. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, understand the difference between what it is. So when life presents to you people who don't fall into that normal way that you've seen, right? That you understand what it is and you can respect them for the people that they are, because you know how to compartmentalize all of that.
Yeah. And to your point, also your children. And if your child wants Barbie dolls and he's a boy, and he hasn't, in his gender identity, he hasn't realized what it is yet, buy him. Who cares? I feel like the end of the day, accept people as they are. The worst thing you can do is make a child feel like the things that they want the things that they want are undeserving of love in any way, shape, or form, to your point.
You just made me think of something that happened to me growing up. You remember I played the drums in high school, right? Mm-hmm. So I started in middle school in the band. You made me join the band actually in middle school, and then my mom made me quit because she didn't want me playing the drums, because that was something that boys do. And she told me that, no, remember me in middle school, remember how I look, how I act. She said, you should be a flagette. You should be you should be dressed as one of the flagettes. And I'm like, I was all like, I wanted to play the drums. So my whole 9th grade year, I wasn't in the band in high school because she something that boys do. And that summer, right? So that summer of our freshman year, after our freshman year, the movie Drumline came out. I remember watching this movie with my mom, and the ending scene of Drumline, when they had this battle, the girls came out and they had the bandanas on and they were beating like the tenor drums and the bass drums. And my mom was like, oh my God. And they had like their hair in like a flat wrap going down. And like they were still presenting feminine, but still playing the drums. And she kind of visualized it for the first time of like, oh, you can be a girl and still play the drums. And she apologized to me. She said, I'm sorry, you could be in the band next year. But you took a whole year out of my life of like experiencing things, like doing something because you could like, because I'm a like, y'all can't hold y'all kids back, man.
No,
you might have the best basketball player, the next best basketball player that's a girl. Like, let that girl play ball. Who cares if the lesbians play ball? Let
people find themselves the way they need to, and let them challenge, to your point, the status quo. Life is ever changing. Society is not easy. And so set up your children and even out in the world, in the workforce, help each other, support each other, push each other to do the thing that we're scared of, out of your comfort zone, because that thing on the inside, that passion thing is going to keep coming up, whatever it is. The thing you want to do the most that you keep saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's going to keep coming back. Answer the call. Ooh. Especially if you're a parent, let your kids pick up the phone, answer the call. Anyways, that was great. We is spitting out here for y'all. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Like I said, it's been a great week. It's going to continue to be a great week. Just really, really grateful. I think I keep coming back to that feeling. Just grateful of everything. Of relationship, you, my family, where I am, the realizations that I have, the path that I'm on right now, being able to help people, and one thing that I realized this week is there's been so many significant people that I thought were significant in my life. And I think sometimes we don't know what we're worth to other people, what we mean to other people, and what those interactions mean. And I could think of so many times where I've been blown away and the universe has shown me, this is who you are. This is who you are. And I always can't be me. I'm not worthy of that. No, it was just this one incident. I keep trying to isolate it. It's just because Joey loves me. It's just because these people love me at my job. It's just because it's who I am. And releasing this show has shown me all the breadcrumbs of people my whole life who've always told me that they saw, right? Who've always seen the things in you, people that I know who know you, who you've helped. And I've seen you in coaching sessions with these people. I've seen you, just give advice. And I've literally seen interactions with straight cis men to break them down, all the barriers of macho-ness. And I've seen them like, yo, Joey, thank you so much. Give you the hug that they ain't never give me. I'm like, dang, bro, you don't even hug me like that. Even Joey all the good hugs.
That's so crazy, right?
Because yeah. And it's like, what took us so long to get into this? It's like, we've been seeing the same thing forever. So now that we're putting it into action, it feels natural, it feels right, it's fun.
And we peeped all the comments that of a lot of you guys. Let me roll my eyes. A lot of you guys who was like, it's been 7 years. I've been waiting forever for this.
I heard 7 years, 3 years. Oh,
I was like,
time.
dang, you right. It was a long time. No, but really, all that love, and it's only going to get better, guys. It's going to get a lot better. We have a lot of fun things in store. Yes. We haven't figured out the order if we want to do it yet because we want to stay true to our connection. But we're considering talking about music or story time or reviewing maybe certain lyrics or bars that we may like for certain artists or maybe a whole spiritual. It's going to be full rounded. And so just hold on tight. Every episode I can guarantee will be different from the last. I can guarantee you that. At least in terms of topic and subject. We even have some games and stuff that we might throw out there here and there. Oh yeah. But some of these story time topics, they hot and they juicy. So, you never know when we're going to be releasing a story time episode. So that might be really, really juicy. It might involve one of y'all or it may not involve one of y'all.
Don't tag nobody y'all knowing these story times.
Yeah. And if you know who the hell I'm talking about, don't be tagging them.
Don't worry about that. Just keep it.
Well, then again, whatever. Do whatever you got to do.
Keep the drama. It P, man. Keep it P.
It is what it is. Yeah, exactly. Keep it P. I'm feeling really good about where we are. I'm okay to hop off or keep going, but I'm gonna throw it off to you. How do you feel?
I'm feeling great. Like I said, I always want to engage with you guys and make sure that you're a part of the conversation. So if there's something that we talked about, you need more clarity on. I know we talked about some kind of tough topics or, topics that, may not be the easiest, right, to talk about. But if you trust us and you want to talk, right, we are more than willing to have those conversations. And if it's some stuff that you want us to talk about, story times that maybe it's a situation that you guys seen with me and Joey or you heard of or whatever the case is, or something you even think about, just let us know.
Let us provide some clarity.
Yeah, I'm just don't put no mukbangs. I'm not eating no crabs on the camera. And anything
else? I just want to know before we hop off, why are you giving us the blue light special?
The blue light special, man. I had to change it up for you guys,
Yeah, I love that. Big picture thinking, y'all. At some point, we're trying to be in a studio together. You know what I mean? Trying to give y'all the high level content, but for now, we got to make do with what we got.
Right.
Well, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.
All that.
Instagram.com/ the Joey T Mail podcast,
We got a
YouTube.com/
URL, bro. Come on.
We do.
Man, that's crazy.
YouTube.com/ the Joey T Mail podcast. All of my socials are officially Joey T. Reach out if you want. And your socials?
First Class Mail and some kind of variation and maybe some underscores on some of them, but First Class Mail, you'll find me.
You'll find them. If you go to the Joey T and Mail podcast Instagram, it's in the bio, so you can click on both of us there if you'd like to follow.
Link in bio.
Go ahead and comment if you made it through the very end. And yeah, hopefully English. Hopefully you guys have a beautiful afternoon and or night or morning or whatever it is in your time frame. And hope that you guys are in your highest timeline and really filling yourselves up with love and light. But I am officially Joey T and I'm out.
All right, guys, it's always been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in again. See you next week, guys. Same time, same place. Love ya.
Bye-bye. You guys. Bye.